better place, not to stay alone. Gain our trust and you chose to break it. Ask for truth but you only fake it. Thought you said what we had was sacred. It's all lies, all lies. I was broken and isolated, but inside held the fire waiting. Not a word that you say can save us, so don't try, 'cause this time you crossed the line. Didn't think I'd go this far, but here we are, the end. Now you're just a lesson learned, a slowly fading memory, so I can breathe again. Gain our trust and you chose to break it. Ask for truth but you only fake it. Thought you said what we had was sacred. It's all lies, all lies. I was broken and isolated, but inside held the fire waiting. Not a word that you say can save us, so don't cry, 'cause this time you crossed the line.
Fall apart, even though you told me to get back your heart. I still spin inside your orbit. Yeah, you say that I should probably start to walk away. I'm hoping that you'll stop and make me have to stay, 'cause I'm floating in your orbit. Yeah, I'm stuck in your space, just my luck. Put me away, you understand. There's nothing left to say. Pull me back, take my hand. Come on, name, you understand, I wanna stay. 'Cause I don't wanna walk away. 'Cause I don't wanna walk away. 'Cause I don't wanna walk away. Yeah, I'm stuck in your space. Put me away, you understand. There's nothing left to say. Pull me back, take my hand. I wanna leave, you understand, I wanna stay. 'Cause I don't wanna go. I wanna see you while you fall apart. Even though you told me to get back your heart, still spinning inside your orbit. I should probably start to walk away. I'm hoping that you're still make me have to stay, 'cause I'm floating in your orbit. Pull me back, take my hand. Come on, name, you understand, I wanna stay. 'Cause I don't wanna walk away. Yeah, I'm stuck in your space. Just my luck, put me away, you understand. There's nothing left to say.
and then I'm gonna take it down. I'ma turn it up and then I'm gonna take it down. Give it to me like I'ma turn it up and then I'm gonna take it down. I'ma turn it up and then I'm gonna take it down. I'ma turn it up and then I'm gonna take it down. I'ma turn it up and then I'm gonna take it down. I'ma turn it up and then I'm gonna take it down. I'ma turn it up and then I'm gonna take it down. I'ma turn it up and then I'm gonna 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 take it down. Give it to me like I can show you what love's supposed to feel like. I can show you what love's supposed to be. I can show you what love's supposed to feel like. I can show you, yeah. I can show you, yeah. They're just hiding underneath my reveries, and everyone seems tired, holding up these walls but they're to keep away from dreaming. Hold me tight, let's put the pieces back together. All this time, you and I. Jumping on a trampoline, flipping in the air. I never land, just float there. As I'm looking up, suddenly the sky erupts. Flames alight the trees, spread to fallen leaves. Now they're right upon me. Wait, if I'm on fire, how am I so deep in love? When I dream of dying, I never feel so loved. Splashing in the summer stream, tripping, I falling. I wanted it to happen. My body turns to ice, crushing me to paradise. Solid block of gold, lying in the cold. I feel right at home. Oh, wait, if I'm on fire, how am I so deep in love? When I dream of dying, I never feel so loved. Wait, if I'm on fire, how am I so deep in love? When I dream of dying, I never feel so loved. Wait, if I'm on fire, how am I so deep in love? When I dream of dying, I never feel so loved. Wait, if I'm on fire, how am I so deep in love? When I dream of dying, I never feel so loved.
Friday night and I'm riding solo. When I touch down, keep it on the low low. I don't mess with your energy. No photos. So antisocial, but I don't care. Don't give a damn, I'm gonna smoke it. Got a bottle in my hand, bring more though. Got my hat low, don't go. I need room, where you standing way too close, you might catch fumes when I zoom, as I wake up by myself, right past noon, then I'm doomed. Hennessy is drowning all of my issues. Right before I leave, she give me more than just submission. That thing got my back just like my engine, I can't hit it. Seen a vision in a boy, then we go.
Hello, everyone. How's everyone doing? I'm Xelos, and I'm joined here by Pride, and we're gonna cast Division 1 Norway Urban Esports versus Hyferion5 Esports. The game is gonna be a best of three, exciting games, and I'm really excited to watch them. What can you tell us about these teams, Pride?
Well, let's for starters talk about Hyferion, then, our Urban's enemies. Hyferion was a team that played in Division 1 last season. They unfortunately actually got demoted that season, but somehow got the spot back again because Zero Zero Nation drew out. So they were first in line to get the spot back, I think. They have changed up the whole roster. Like their super carry Fino is out of the team. Sporty left to go to and Fino is now Bitfix. Jungler Popping Royce is not there anymore, and Verti and Counter Magic not playing anymore either. So they have a whole new roster that I'm very unfamiliar with. Hasmat seems to be the owner of Hyferion, so he's in the top lane now, that's what it seems, at least. Jungle, they have gotten an import from France, Sami. I'm a little unsure with his IGN, but we'll see that later. And then we have Festu, who renamed to Fest C because he got placed C tier by Tom Kick. He previously played for Major in second division. Was a pretty good player there. Star player, had like good KDA. Showed up that he is mechanically good. Excited to see that. It's probably like a rising star, and it's nice to see that he gets a chance in first division versus good teams. And then they
That
have
is.
a yeah.
Sorry, go ahead. Go ahead.
Bot lane player is a import again, a French player. New to that guy too, but he seems good. And then they have gotten GM Edward, who is Norwegian, but I'm a little bit unfamiliar with where he has played before. But I'm excited to see. It seems like this roster has kind of been last minute put together, but it also seems like it's good from what they had like left in the roster pool, what they could pick from, because they need 3 Norwegians in the tournament. Yeah.
Yeah, that is great to hear. Like a lot of players, from what I'm understanding from you, are coming from lower divisions. They've proved themselves to be better, or just have better stats and perform better in the lower divisions. And now they're playing in first division, which is the best division in Norway.
Yes. And on
And
the red side, it's Urban, where we have a superstar top laner who has been playing in Romania. He's been playing in UKLC. It's Colt Pustmain, the tank of Romania.
yeah,
Excited to see him on the roster. And together with him, we also brought in Potato Poor. I can't say his name right. Potato Poor Cupine, who is a superstar jungler. This guy is super talented. I'm so excited to see him with us, and been working with him like for months now. Very excited. We also decided that we wanted to try something new and bringing in a like completely new mid laner who was very unknown to the scene, Zero. He's very young. He's very talented. This guy is like, watch him. He's up and coming too. And from our last season, we had to bring in Skive, the ADC. He unfortunately we kind of failed in second division last season. But Skive still shows that he wants to compete. He wants to fight for that trophy and is very motivated. That's what we want. Like, he's super good too. And then we also wanted to try a new guy out, Coin Flip. He's also new to the scene, so we're experimenting here, but we really like what we've been doing, bringing in like new talent that we want to like grow to be up and coming stars. And I think they are up and coming stars, everybody. And CPM is not up and coming; he's a star already. So
he's a star
that's
and
the
a
two
tank.
roster. Yeah. Okay. So I'm excited to see like what's going to be played today, especially from Hyferion. Hyferion is very like last season was very known for like random picks. We should say like they brought out things that nobody expected them to do and was very flip floppity, cheesy. and did stuff that like enemy teams maybe did not expect, and that was very terrifying in a best of one series in Leagues GG, which is sadly down. Pray for League GG. But in a best of three, they are a little bit more predictable, I think. Oh,
All right, so
yes.
now we're just waiting for the teams to get into Temp Select, and I'm really excited to see what the picks and bans are going to be. And I wonder if there's going to be any target bans for Urban. What do you think?
Well, yeah, there's this scene. There's probably a lot of target bans. It's probably not LCK or an LPL where they ban the strong picks like Caitlyn, Lux, Senna even now, and you have this tank Akali that's pretty gross. I expect more target bans towards uh, like players who one trick champions at least. So maybe people will look at Skiva and ban his Kalista. Maybe people will look at CPM and ban some tank that he played recently. Um,
Yeah, ban any tank from CPM.
any tank that he played recently. So there's probably a lot of target banning that's going to go on, which is okay. It's kind of but like if you're scared of the one trick and you think banning out the one trick is good to get him off his hands, then it's probably a smart idea. But like there's more. Every player probably has like two or three champions they can play, so banning out doesn't really help. But banning out the scariest things probably is a smart idea. So I expect like maybe from Hyferion a Kalista ban because Skiv is very known for his Kalista. I expect a Shen ban maybe from CPM if they have watched CPM before. And maybe, or if not target bans, then banning strong junglers or other strong things like Diana now is tearing up solo queue. What else? And I'm a little unsure what
Viego
Urban's
is
gonna
pretty
go.
strong as well.
Yeah, Viego is also very strong. And maybe Seri, because Seri is still gonna be. Yeah, I mean Seri, the new ADC, is allowed to be picked in the scene. The rules state that a new champion has to be at least released for 1 week, and it's been 1.5 weeks now since Seri got released. So
Mm.
maybe that gets played. We'll see.
Yeah, excited to see Zeri. I think Zeri is a bit overtuned, but
Yeah,
it wasn't at the beginning. At the beginning, people didn't really know how to play Zeri because she didn't have that much damage. But once they got to know how she's played, like the movement that she gets, the mobility and the positioning that she can take in a fight is really really strong. But yeah, hopefully we can see a Zeri soon in
yeah.
competitive.
Yeah, Seri would be excited if Seri gets. I see that Seri is played in one of the other matches. I think Seri got played in uh, not Vanir versus Rich Gang, but I think Biofrost versus whatever they're playing. Domino. I think Seri was played there, and it seemed terrifying. It seemed like it was doing a lot of work. Actually, it was Rich Gang who played Seri, and it just has a lot of mobility and it kites out things easily. I think the counter to Seri though is kind of letting her do her thing and running away from her and into like some sort of choke point where she can't really use a whole open field like a lane to run around you.
Yeah, that is true. That is true because you can't really get to her once she activates the ultimate. It's like impossible to get to her, and even if you have a gap closer to try to dash towards her, she can just hop over the wall, and she's got a new position. That
Yeah,
is crazy.
if she just if the player that controls her just pays attention to what skill shots comes out, like you can never get hit. And it's also refreshing that it's kind of a new ADC that doesn't really run like normal auto attacks. It's a Q spell now that you just aim, right?
Yeah,
Like a Corki R, but more overtuned, let's say.
kind of. Yeah, and
Yeah,
faster.
way faster. Would be cool to see. I'm not expecting it though, looking at the players and what they've been playing recently. But we'll see. We'll see. I wonder if we're getting to Champs League soon. Do you see any updates in the client?
I think Hyferion is running late, one of their players, but look at that. We just got into the champ select, and we see the Kalista ban, which you talked about in urban side. They got a good Kalista player, and they follow up with a Senna ban for Hyferion. And again, you were right. The Sen ban for CPM comes through, and Urban answer with Listen. What do you think about this Listen ban?
I think that's a lot of junglers comfort Lee Sin, and Lee Sin is also a good champion into most like situations. It's always a fairly good blind pick, so kind of just taking that good blind pick with playmaking potential is probably really good. And maybe it's like taking away what would counter whatever jungler or laner Urban would want to take. The Lux ban is interesting though.
Yeah, that is interesting. Who's playing Lux in Hyferion, and why is
Well,
he so strong?
maybe taking away the Caitlyn possibility, so they're now forced to take the Hypercarry Jinx was like really good, but Jin is a good answer uh, to the Jinx. It doesn't really need to auto attack that much, at least. And Rakan over here, ooh, I like it.
That
I like
is,
Rakan. Rakan,
it's kind of interesting pairing with Jin with the Rakan. And we got Lulu open for Hyferion 5. Lulu Jinx, we know how strong they can be, but
oh,
they actually got Janna, and Janna with the new glacial thingy, glacial rune. She's really, really strong, and with a buff from that tornado, which now moves faster, she can be really strong and disruptive in fights. But looks like they're gonna go a different way. They're gonna go Trundle, and they pick Janna.
oh, the Janna. I'm scared that's gonna be Janna top. Like Reflex is haunting us here.
Oh no!
Janna top has been menacing in
With the
solo queue, but
smite.
yeah, with the smite. But the answer is Kiana here into Trundle Janna, which is very interesting. If that either goes mid or jungle. Let's see. Urban then answers with the Fiora ban. I think Haspat has been playing a lot of Fiora, and it takes away the split push possibilities and so on. And the answer then seems to be Silas. Maybe showing that they want the Malphite or something. So
I'm
Hyferion is subbing in a mid laner. So it's not going to be Fest who plays, it's going to be the True Inter, which I don't know anything about.
Yeah, I'm really liking the Kiana pick here. Kiana is actually a really, really hard champion to play in the mid lane, and you actually need to be very skilled with Kiana if you play her mid. But she could also be jungle Kiana, although I'm doubting it. Looks like Urban picked Ornn, the CPM with the on top, really, really strong.
The CPM gets his tank.
Yeah,
Get him off it.
just get him his tank and he's happy.
Yeah. Wonder what the answer is going to be. I expect Haspa to pick just a tank into it and not any carries. And he truly does so, unless this is Cho'Gath mid.
Is it Cho'Gath mid? I haven't seen the Cho'Gath mid in a while. But I think Trundle is really good against Ornn if Trundle is top. But yeah, looks like Trundle is going to be the jungler and Cho'Gath is going to be top against Ornn. With the Vex mid, I'm really liking the Vex pick. And she's really, really good against Kiana as well. Can't really get to her once she has the passive stacked with the fear. She can just fear you away if you engage on her with Kiana. Now let's see the last pick for Urban. It's going to be a jungler or a mid laner if Kiana is a flex pick indeed.
Yeah, and it also has to be a mage. I would actually expect like maybe a Corki or a Victor, and the Victor shows up, of course.
Yeah,
And Victor is
you're
very
right once
powerful in the
again.
meta right now. Yeah. Victor is just too good in the meta right now. It's like one
It's
of the
not
best mid
scripted,
laners.
guys. Guys, chill. It's not
It's not.
scripted. He doesn't
It's
know
not
everything.
scripted. I'm not LS. But yeah, Victor just like too good of a mid laner. Has wave clear, has the damage, has the burst, has the mobility. It has everything. It's good all around.
Yeah, I
Exciting
think the
draft.
Urban Yeah, that is exciting draft, and the picks are really cool to see. It's not boring picks like you usually see in competitive games. We see the Kiana, we see the Vex, which are really exciting to see in pro play. But judging by the drafts, I am thinking that Hyferion 5 looks better in the late game with a Trundle that just demolishes Ornn resistances and takes him out, and the Vex team fighting, which is really strong. And of course, Jinx late game with the Janna are going to be a nightmare. But on the urban side, they've got Victor, who is also scaling really good, and the Ornn engage with the Kiana follow up. That she can pick targets off and one shot them, and also the Rakan engage, and is going to be a bloody game, I think.
A bloody game. Urban has a lot of all-in potential here, but Hyperion has like denial in Janna and Trundle, and also some disruption with Cho'Gath the silences, which is kind of scary. I'm excited to see the Vex though, how that's going to play out. I feel like the Vex is kind of off theme with what Hyperion has, because Vex wants to find these engages where she can like hit a multi-fair, and I don't see a lot of follow-up potential from Hyperion. Well, you can hit like a Cho'Gath Q, and maybe Jinx can pop off with Trundle Pillar, but I feel like there's a lot of counters that Urban can do with that.
Yeah, it's really
So
easy to kite their team. If you're Urban Esports and you're playing against Trundle and Cho'Gath, it's really easy to kite them, especially with Kiana and with the Rakan disengage, with a range of Jin and Victor, and the control that they provide. The teamfights are going to be a little bit tricky for Hyferion 5. They really have to set up a good teamfight before committing.
yes, okay. I heard that they are kind of getting ready again. That's they had to leave. Oh, there we go. See now. The Windows screen. I don't think Doc was prepared for this.
Don't think he was prepared to.
Prepared for Champs League. Flaming him a little bit.
All right,
Uh,
well, now we can see their names. He switched back. Um,
yeah.
he got ashamed.
You got a shape. Okay. Is there a poll in chat? Like, I'm leaning more towards Urban, and I'm biased, of course. Just like to see my players on comfort a lot of it, and I see a lot of playmaking in like engages like Rakan, the Ornal, the Kiana ult, the Jin setup, the sidelining with Victor. I don't think anyone can deal with that as long as he's watching everywhere and dodging the Vex ults. Uh, from that, like Hyperion are desperately in need of Jinx resets for these team fights, so Jinx can pop off. Uh, and they have tools to give Jinx like these resets, but I just like see it as very hard for them. But they have like potential, so I think it all comes down to the early game. So who do we think like wins out the first 10 minutes of the game? I think Victor has the prio mid lane. Bot lane should have prio.
Yeah, I think this is for Urban side. The early game is definitely for Urban side. Unless Trundle does something really magical in the early game that counters Kayana, I don't think they're gonna stop their early game. Kayana is really strong with the ganks, and I'm thinking that maybe the top lane is gonna be a bit stronger in the early game because Cho'Gath and Trundle are stronger than Kiana and Ornn in the early game. I'm thinking, but yeah, it's kind of hard to gank the mid laners, and the bot lane as well is really difficult. So I think we're gonna see top action at the beginning, and then we're going to see the dragon setups.
Yeah. Dragon setups are. Oh, are we taking a like a break until the game starts? Yeah. Or okay.
All right, so I'm guessing we'll take a little break and warm up our voices before the game starts in 1 minute and a half.
What you think? No, I don't need you, I just got caught up, baby. We can blame it on the timing, but you know that you probably gon' be better off without me. We can blame it on the timing, but you know. What you think? No, I don't need you, I just got caught up, baby. We can blame it on the timing, but you know that you probably gon' be better off without me. We can blame it on the timing, but you know. Just got caught up, baby, baby. Just got caught up, baby, baby. Just got caught up, baby. We can blame it on the timing, but you know. We can blame it on the timing, but you know.
We used to be a team, we seem to dream to many others. You picked your battles wrong, I'm not the one you should be after. Why feel superior to someone who has been there for you? I've pulled you through a room with all that I could do, but I'm not here to lick your wounds or to solve your issues. If you want, you can choose. I can't take you down, I can't take you down if I wanna. I can't take you down, I can't take you down if I wanna. I can turn it around with a bullet and beat you down. Just believe I can take you down if you against me. I can turn it around with a bullet and beat you down. Just believe I can take you down if you against me.
All right, so we're straight into the game. And we're going to see default positions for both teams. None of them are looking for invade. We see the defensive ward into the top side by CPM. And he's just guarding the red side. Two wards onto that red side, top side of the red team.
Yeah,
Teams are
really
just
protecting.
playing it safe.
Yeah, both teams just protecting jungle entrances now. Urban even more with those two wards, making sure that the Kiana is safe. from any kind of late invades the Trundle might go into. And I would expect a Trundle late invade. Trundle is really strong level 1, and Cho'Gath has a lot of CC. Maybe the Vex isn't that good for invades though, I'm a little unsure of that. But both teams just doing standard. Nothing crazy going on here.
Yeah, that's true. They're playing it safe. They don't want to risk losing some early game advantages. And Trundle is probably going to stay inside his jungle, because if he doesn't have priority on top or mid, I don't think he's going to invade Qiyana. And Qiyana is really slippery, can't really get to her. Nice trade into the mid lane by Vex. Now CPM is doing some work into the top side.
Yeah, so it's actually my bad here. The mid laner is still here. It's the support who's been running late, and it's been replaced by Sub, the True Inter, and not Edward. Don't know much about True Inter, but he's on a Janna. Janna is a pretty safe pick overall. We can already see that the Jinx Janna bot lane has the priority, which they will get because Jinx has AoE spells on wave. So fighting for that priority for Trundle in bot side. CPM here gets the priority top.
Yeah, CPM got the priority, but look at that, the True Inter, the sub for H5, pushed out Qiyana out of her jungle with a bit of early pressure with that shoved lane into the bot side. They just got a bit of pressure. Now Trundle is following up with the Vex onto the bot side. We're not seeing it right now because the top laners are fighting. Cho'Gath and the corner going at it. Cho'Gath is losing these trades. However, he's got that sustain from his passive, and he can slowly build back up.
That whole fiesta that happened bot lane there, the Trundle got the blue buff, and it looks like no, I think the Qiyana got the grub. But the invade was successful from Hyferion. They got what they wanted. Qiyana off blue. But Qiyana needs like time to scale up. She struggles the early levels, and after like 2 or 3 clears, she's gonna be a monster for clearing.
That is true. Qiyana struggles. Qiyana struggles a bit indeed into the early game, and if you disrupt her like they did right here, she's going to have a harder time even later on. Now looks like Qiyana is going top lane with Xero, but Cho'Gath left a ward there, spotted Qiyana, and also backed and TP'd back into the lane. And look at that slow by the Janna. That is really annoying to see.
Yeah.
And I always see it in solo queue, man. It's so annoying to get caught by that Janna tornado into the slows. And another tornado, perfect tornado onto the Rakan. Looks like they're doing really well onto the bot side. Janna's putting a lot of pressure onto the urban bots. They shoved another lane. Trundle is in the bot side near.
Yeah, I want to talk a little bit about what happened top lane. Master Shield got really punished by the Ornn. Lost a lot of health. Got hit by a lot of spells. And then he realized it's hard for him to sustain with his passive, and he might get doped. So that's a good recall on teleport by him. And teleport has been changed in this season, so there's no reason to teleport anywhere else to your lane before 14 minutes, as you can only teleport to towers.
Yeah, then it becomes cool teleport, and then you can in a 4-man bot lane, like cool guys.
Yeah,
but
like just the old times.
Yeah, just like the old times, the 4-man bot. Looks like CPM like is winning hard. Yeah, he's
realizing a little bit too late that he has to escape this, and does he? Yeah, he gets away. Or does he? Oh, it's very close, but he.
Oh no! Oh no! CPM just failed.
You hate to see it. Well, you got away with an inch there and got Cho'Gath flash. I don't know what Cho'Gath wanted to do. Flash Q probably, but didn't have mana.
Flash Scream or something. Q2.
Flash Scream.
I don't know, but that was pretty good by CPM. He got an upper hand in that. He got the Cho'Gath flash. and Vex lost a bit of XP and gold into the mid lane. Victor was just pushing and punishing her roam there. Now looks like Kiana is putting pressure onto the Vex, but Vex is now level 6. Kiana has to be careful. He's level 4, but Victor's damage is insane with the ultimate straight onto the Vex. And Trundle is just assisting his Vex.
In the end, it forces the Vex to take an ugly back. She has used teleport, and she can't really stay anymore for lane, but she's kind of staying here.
Oh, that is a great engage by Vex, but they can't kill the Kiana. She smited the Raptor, but that's a big bite by Trundle, and he flashes away towards the mid tower. Now bot lane is coming to Xero. Xero is now in trouble. He gets slowed by the Janna, but Jinx barely misses his W. He's slow. Rakan was also there. There was no worries for Victor. CPM is still doing work into the top side. Cho'Gath is struggling against CPM. CPM is now double CS, almost over the Cho'Gath. Jhin is now being caught by the Jinx, and he steps to the trap. Skiv is now in trouble. He flashes away. W misses. Rakan is coming to help his teammate. He flashes onto the Jinx, sorry, but the Jinx flashes away as well. And here comes the Jhin ultimate and the own ultimate into the mid lane. Vex doesn't have flash, and he's going to die to CPM. That is a great roam by CPM, and looks like the CPM gank broke something.
Yeah, there's some technical issues.
And
we're
back. That was sorry guys, that was the ultimate of CPM. It got too far. It got too far and it broke the computer.
Yeah, CPM is now the new Froggen. Is now DDoSing the stream and everything. A lot of things happened here. Skiva got caught out of position with like Janna and Jinx traps and was forced to flash. But I realized in that fight that the Jhin was 2 levels above Jinx. Jinx just hit 5 and when like Jinx was ultimating, which in return Jinx had to flash. And at the same time, Ornn roams mid, gets this ult off. They know that Fest C doesn't have any flash. It's a free kill. Unfortunately, the Ornn picks it up, but that means he's gonna get his item sooner, of course. So the Ornn items are pretty OP.
Look at that trade. Ornn is doing so much damage to this Cho'Gath. Cho'Gath is just struggling to push this, shove this lane into the turret and back off. CPM is now 75 CS against 55 of Cho'Gath. Really dominating performance by CPM. Knocks him up, claps him. Cho'Gath is not having fun into this lane.
No, CPM is definitely winning the grass war here. The Cho'Gath is outscaled in the lane and needs a lot of time to like kind of farm up to get big and use his feast checks proficiently. But he's gonna be like a beast later. But the Ornn still has health damage on his W, so it's scary for Cho to step up. Interesting bone plating pick. Other than that, we see like level differences. Kiana still even, but Zero, the Victor, is 1 level above the Vex, and that's because Vex is 2 kills down. So the Victor is
Vex,
like, pretty strong.
Vex got pressured early on, and with that roam on top lane, oh, we're seeing an engage here onto the bot side. Trundle and Kiana are both here. Remember, they don't have flashes onto the bot side. Jhin and Jinx, they don't really have flashes. Trundle is fighting with the Kiana. Trundle gets away with the ultimate. The Jhin ultimate gets cancelled. Couldn't really catch the Trundle.
Got cancelled by the Janna Q there. It was like very weird. They hit the W combos, Rakan and Jhin, but they're so slowed by the glacial tornadoes that they can't really get any auto attacks off. It's painful to watch the slow of glacial.
Yes, indeed. Looks like they started the dragon. That is a sneaky dragon, but they kind of use the pressure that they have onto the bot side with the timing of Trundle's recall, and that is a free dragon for Urban Esports. Just a Cloud, not too shabby. CPM
Cloud
looks like...
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, CPM
Looking
looks
for
like
that gank
he's
again.
going. Yeah, he's going mid, but he gets stopped by the Trundle pillar. That was a great pillar. He stopped the ultimate. Couldn't really move at all. Coinflip is looking to engage here onto the Jinx. Jinx is now level 7. The levels are kind of balancing. That grenade jumps onto the Jinx and they have to back off. Looks like the Urban bot lane is now winning these trades. Trundle is trying to stop this Herald. Here comes Cho'Gath. Herald is really low. Vex is coming as well. CPM just pushed the wave and he's following up. CPM doesn't have ultimates. Oh, the flash! But
What
the
was that?
smite couldn't. Oh man, that was a big mistime by the Trundle, but it was a nice try. I don't think they would have gotten it anyway, because they had more pressure onto the pit. But yeah, that was interesting to see. I like to see that Kiana is actually 20 CS ahead of Trundle, even though he's a death down, I guess. Trundle has 1 kill and Kiana also died, so that's pretty good by Kiana to keep up with the CS. Top lane we see CPM putting pressure onto this Cho'Gath like he did before. Level 10. He's already got his mythic item and he's trying to trade Cho'Gath.
Yeah, overall, Urban is now winning the objective for getting both Cloud and Herald after a very failed flash by Trundle. He just tried to secure it and deny it from Urban, which would then like get rid of the tower plates. Potato now has to use his Herald like before it runs out, and he has 1 minute, so we're gonna see him choose a lane to pick now. It seems like it's gonna be bot wave. That's where his camps are too. It looks like Hyferion has this kind of figured out, where they're positioning both sides.
Oh, here comes your ultimate to engage onto the Cho'Gath and he flashes the knock-up of Cho'Gath. Well, very well played by CPM. Let's see if he can get this kill. He's going to dive the Cho'Gath. Cho'Gath knocks him up. CPM is now in trouble. Cho'Gath is still going, but that was very close. CPM almost got the kill, but Cho'Gath is a bit tanky. Can't really get to him in the end. But now Kiana catches the Trundle. Trundle is 1 level behind. Kiana definitely has the damage. Here comes Rakan ultimate onto the Trundle. Trundle doesn't have flash. He just flashed on the Herald. And Kiana gets the kill. And look at that. Janna was trying to... And he did stop the Jhin ultimate with the Tornado. Kiana! Damage is insane. And Janna falls... onto the bot side. Very well played by Urban Esports, and now they're looking to get this turret. They didn't really use the Herald here.
But they used it mid.
Oh, they used it mid. That is true. I didn't see that. I'm sorry. Now they're gonna get this bot turret as well. Looks like this game is going really smooth for Urban.
Yeah, so somewhat a smooth game so far. They catch out the flashless Trundle, who flashed for Herald. The jungle here, and they commit like really hard. They spend Kiana, they come in with Rakan and Jhin ult. Again, the Janna is annoying, cancelling the Jhin ult out, but gets punished for it by a fancy Kiana dashes. But they're using the Herald mid to just feed Zero all the gold. He's already so much ahead, and he's the only magic damage that's going to be consistent on the team. So he really needs to like stay ahead and not fall behind, and he's doing a good job at it so far.
Yeah, I'm really loving the Leandri's pick, because they got Cho'Gath, they got Trundle, and you really need that percentage damage based on HP, and the burn from the Leandris is really good against this team. Now Vex is trying to push out this mid wave before the dragon. No, we're definitely going to see a fight on Dragon here unless they choose to leave it. 5k behind. Hyferion, but look at that engage by Kiana. She gets snared by the Jhin. Kiana gets the kill onto the Janna. Vex is now chased by the Rakan. Vex is no mana. and they're going to have a free dragon. Trundle catches the Rakan. Trundle is still trying to do this red with the entire urban team, almost the entire urban team in the area. Very bold by Trundle.
Skive using the Jin ultimate to try secure red buff. Yeah, they use a lot of resources here to get to Janna. Like, Kiana flashes in, ults Janna back, and Coinflip is there to follow up. He comes in with R, the stopwatch, like, kind of stops Coinflip from going to Janna, but he then disrupts Hyferion's backline in, I guess it was Trundle and Vex, right? Yeah. So they can do anything to help the Janna, and the Janna just dies from Zero. It was Kiana
Yeah,
who picked it up.
the timing. Oh, Zero is now caught by Trundle. Zero tries to flash. Trundle follows up with the flash as well. Janna is getting caught in the magnetic field, and Zero just runs away unharmed by the Trundle. And looks like they're looking for desperate plays. The Hyferion5 and Vex is just scared away by the bird, by the Rakan. Looks like we're going to see a top lane dive by the urban side. Jin is in the mid lane trying to clear the wave. And look at the vision that urban has all over the enemy side.
Yeah, Trundle has nowhere to go anymore. They took the whole bot side camp. They then grouped up to take the whole top side. No, Trundle doesn't have anything to do other than clear the wards he has in the jungle. Urban is free to do whatever they want there. Look for a pick on the Janna.
Oh no, Janna got demolished. Now Trundle is caught. He doesn't have flash. Here comes the own ultimate onto the Trundle. Trundle is now in big trouble. Vex is engaged on to the Kiana, and Kiana just falls to the Vex. 700 gold for the Vex. That's a pretty big. However, is not that big of a difference. Urban is still almost 5k ahead. They still keep this advantage that they have. Now Cho'Gath is grouped up with his team. He left CPM onto the top side. He has to help his team get some pressure on the other side. Here comes Vex from the side. Jin is now in trouble. Flash Fear onto the urban bot lane. And Cho'Gath gets the kill onto the Jin and the shutdown for the Cho'Gath. Here comes CPM to assist his team. Cho'Gath is not falling. Very, very tanky, and they kind of got a bit of advantage out of this.
I'm sorry. I finished the fact that they caught out Kiana. They used a little too much resources to try to kill the Janna, and Kiana stepped in the trap. So they just pushed the advantage they have. They have one man over. Let's just get this mid turret and dive whoever is there. The Cho'Gath can tank forever now. He has this one item. That's all you need. The Cho'Gath doesn't get any more useful. And I just, like, you see the Cho'Gath just chase Skive down. Skive just has no chance to survive the feast. And they also get the mid turret. So that's a little bit gold bad to Hyferion. Showing, like, we can fight back. It's not one-sided anymore. But still, Urban has the same pressure.
Exactly, Urban is taking pressure onto the top side while On gets the turret, and then here comes the engage onto the Cho'Gath with no follow-up. Trundle and Janna was in the area, clearing the vision that Urban has so deep into the jungle. And now they're going to contest this blue. Comes the Glacial Tornado onto the Urban side, and I think he stole it. Oh,
yeah, he
man.
stole it.
The timing was perfect. Skive is sneaky steal onto the blue buff. Trundle is not having a good time right now. First with the Herald Flash Smite. Oh man.
The Trundle is kind of falling behind in jungle tempo too. Like, he doesn't clear as well as other champions like Kiana, who has AoE clear. The Trundle has to be single targeting, so like right now it's probably more beneficial for even like the Jinx to farm the camps than Trundle. Because it goes much faster. But like you see that Potato and Coinflip are ready to invade. like straight away when the camps are coming up, so like Trundle never gets his camps.
Yeah, that is true. The tempo that Urban has and the pressure that they have just unstoppable, and that's what the Kiana does, ladies and gentlemen. He just one-shots
Assassinated.
people. Vex couldn't do anything. Trundle comes to
The collapse here.
assist onto the Vex's dead body. And we're going to see a setup for the Dragon by Urban.
Hyferion tried to like challenge or like react to that play, but it was already too late. Dragon now spawning though, and they're trying to push themselves in. This combo is disgusting.
Falls. And yeah, that is just too much damage and too much pressure by Urban. And here comes Zero with the damage onto the Jinx. I didn't even see him. He just came from nowhere, from their base.
You just walked from bot.
Yeah, out of nowhere, and they're gonna get their third dragon. And
Now
it's going to be a Hex. Yeah, it's going to be a Hex Soul, which is really, really strong. One of the strongest souls that you can get.
yeah, it's right below Mountain Drake in my opinion. Maybe Cloud Soul is good too because of the MS, but this new Hextech Soul is pretty good. They removed Chentech though, so we won't see that. Or it's disabled at least.
Yeah.
Now, this is going to be a like around 30-minute Elder, like 34 minutes probably. And if Hyferion can like survive for I guess like 12 more minutes, they can potentially Elder flip. So maybe it's an idea for Urban to kind of delay the Elder like the soul point or the soul as much as possible, and use this advantage to go for Nash or something.
That is true. They could delay the Elder.
Yeah.
However,
they're
too far ahead.
Yeah, they're almost 10k ahead now.
Oh my!
Yeah, the Kiana can just do shits like this.
That hurts.
Yeah.
Jinx didn't have one chance there. But yeah, that's what a Kiana does with the Evolved or Forged Eclipse and the Last Whisper. Now the Trundle tries to put some pressure onto the Jhin, but to no avail. No one is there to follow up, and the Urban pressure continues. Trundle's trying to just scare Kiana away, but Kiana has very sharp fangs. It's like just having fun, Kiana, and now he's being caught, forced to flash away. Ana tries to engage with the ultimate. Here comes Victor from the outside, once again with Kiana, and they're going to get collapsed here if they're not paying attention, and only one knockup onto the Vex. Janna is in the wrong spot, and 4 people caught by the Kiana ultimate. Killing spree for Potato, and there's no way Cho'Gath can get out of this. He gets a kill though onto the Rakan. Vex engages back onto the Jhin. This is crazy team fight, but in the end Urban is just too far ahead to lose this fight.
I wonder if they can even take Nash. They don't really have the best DPS. Maybe Kiana is good enough and Leandros does a lot. And they have like approximately 20 seconds before Trundle can even be there. So let's see how fast this goes. This is like kind of scary. Nah, it seems good.
It's really fast. He's got Leandros, and Kiana has a lot of damage as well.
Yeah.
With the
Janna almost got
oh, look at that. So much damage. Alright, so that's a Baron for Urban, more than 10k ahead. Like, this is just pretty one-sided, if you ask me. The Kiana just rolls over them, and a really good game by Potato Porcupine. What a weird name, Potato Porcupine. I wonder where did you get that from?
No clue. Maybe it's like a kind of
porcupine. Isn't a porcupine like the animal that has needles on him and it stings you?
You mean
I think that's a porcupine.
Hedgehog?
Oh, that's a hedgehog.
hedgehog.
Yeah. What the hell is a porcupine, man?
I don't know. I have to Google this.
Oh, Vex is getting caught onto the boss side. Nowhere to go. Kiana just executes him, and now what? The rest of the team are trying to get some pressure onto the mid lane to
Oh yeah,
make up for the fact that Vex just died in the bot side. Did you find what a porcupine is?
yeah. It is. It's not a head charge, but it's like this kind of head charge that just had needles on its back, not on the whole body, like a head charge. So it's a little bit bigger than a hedgehog.
Alright, so today we learned something.
Yeah, today we learn it's a potato.
Oh no,
porcupine.
Jinx. Oh no.
Where's the Jinx? I can't see. Where's the Janna?
Alright, well, the Kiana is just having fun at this point. Just one-shotting people. And that's a triple kill for Potato Porcupine. Now let's see this duel. Level 16 Owen versus level 12 Trundle. Who's gonna win this? Jin is coming as well. CPM, a good knock-up into the wall. Here comes the Trundle. Ooh, almost gets a kill here. He got the kill onto the Owen, actually. Man, the Trundle ultimate is just too strong. He gets the solo kill onto the Owen with the Jin near him.
Yeah, Trundle just takes every tank stat that Orn has, and you saw the heal too, right? And then Jin is just not going to do any damage. Like that is already lost when the Trundle can just free hammer like that. It has to be kited out. But still, Urban gets the soul of this. There's nothing that Hyferion can like do to answer. They have now a inhib that's taken in the bot side, which means like next Baron is probably going to be very easy for Urban to take. But it's a lot of like farm and XP to get from that wave. So that's like one way of comeback that Hyferion has. But I feel like they're just going to get dove on whatever turret they're trying to defend. Zero is like super ahead, has a lot of damage, and the Kiana you can lapse anything that steps in her way. So
Well, at this point, if you're Hyferion, what can you do? You can't go into your own jungle to farm the camps, because Kiana's there and he's gonna one-shot you. You can't really go outside the turrets from the base, because once again, look at that, Kiana is just gonna be there. He's legendary, 12-2-5, and he's just gonna one-shot you. So all you can do really is just stay near the turrets, as much people as possible, stack together, and just hope that Urban is doing one mistake so he can maybe come back from the game. But look at that, ultimate onto 3 people, 3 kills for Kiana, and he's now 15-5, and the turret did nothing there. The turret was not safety, it was just bait.
this is probably the game the Jinx can't defend this alone. It's way too scary for the Jinx. There was nothing really Hyferion could do at this point. Like they have to kind of identify where the Kiana is and kind of use a tank to block her like entrances. But very good game from Urban. Like I enjoy it. Trying to get some kills is kind of monk-esque, but it's the ace. Alright,
So
good
GG
game.
Urban. GG Urban. They start the best of 3 with a win, and very, very, very good performance by Potato Porcupine 1. Alright, Pride got caught off guard.
Got ganked by camera. Let's pretend that never happened. don't. I forgot the Disney movie, but the guy that rings the bell, I probably look like him.
Alright,
but
Pride,
yeah,
what do you think? What do you think about this game?
no, it was a good showing. I gotta be honest, I was like very terrified of today. I've been working with this team for a month now, and like they have had good results and stuff. I was like really afraid that it all went like down for something silly. But it's good to see that it looked like nobody had nerves. They did what they practiced, and like I was really excited. I was, as you probably saw, I was like I was standing the whole time. So I've been very excited to see this, and yeah, that was really fun. I want to see a little bit more fighting from Hyferion though in the next game. I feel like this game turned to be very one-sided after the blue invade that they had. Like there wasn't really anything else that Hyferion did other than, of course, punishing the Kiana or extending in the jungle and diving mid turret. So I'm excited for next game. I don't know if they jump right into that or not, and also what side Hyferion is going to pick now.
they're probably going to take a little break and then start the next one. But Hyferion has a lot of things to improve on and to look after. And yeah, I'm thinking this Kiana pick is not going to be available anymore for Potato. He just stomped the entire game. The game was in his hands, even though the early game was a bit shaky. He was 0-1-1. He still got a lot of advantage, and he just carried the entire game. I feel.
Yeah, I think the Kiana is probably removed, or Potato Porcupine is probably going to feel a lot more pressure from like next game. Maybe Hyferion is going to try shut him down in some way. We'll see. Maybe we should take a break though.
Yeah, we can take a break right now, and we're gonna be back with the second game of this best of three, and we'll see you guys in a little bit.
Fallen one too many times. Feeling like it never ends. Back again, square one. Tried to leave myself behind. Looking for a better place, not to stay alone. Gain our trust and you chose to break it. Ask for truth, but you only fake it. Thought you said what we had was sacred. It's all lies, all lies. I was broken and isolated, but inside held the fire waiting. Not a word that you say can save this, so don't try. 'Cause this time you crossed the line. Didn't think I'd go this far, but here we are, the end. Now you're just a lesson learned, a slowly fading memory, so I can breathe again. Gain our trust and you chose to break it. Ask for truth, but you only fake it. Thought you said what we had was sacred. It's all lies, all lies. I was broken and isolated, but inside held the fire waiting. Not a word that you say can save this, so don't try. 'Cause this time you crossed the line.
Fall apart. Even though you told me taking back your heart, I still spin inside your orbit. Yeah. You say that I should probably start to walk away. I'm hoping that you stop and make me have to stay, 'cause I'm floating in your orbit. Yeah, I'm stuck in your space. Just my luck, push me away. You understand? There's nothing left to say. Pull me back, take my hand. Come on, name, you understand, I wanna stay. 'Cause I don't wanna walk away. 'Cause I don't wanna walk away. 'Cause I don't wanna walk away. Yeah, I'm stuck in your space. My luck, push me away. You understand? There's nothing left to say. Pull me back, take my hand. I wanna leave. You understand? I wanna stay. 'Cause I don't wanna see you, but you fall apart. Even though break your heart. Still spinning inside your orbit. I should probably start to walk away. I'm hoping that you start to make me have to stay. Cause I'm floating in your orbit. Pull me back, take my hand, call my name. You understand, I wanna stay. Cause I don't wanna walk away. Yeah, I'm stuck in your space. It's my luck, put me away. You understand, there's nothing left to say. Pull me back, take my hand, I wanna leave. You understand, I wanna stay. Cause I don't wanna walk away. Pull me back, take my hand, call my name. You understand, I wanna stay. Cause I don't wanna walk away. Cause I don't wanna walk away. Cause I don't wanna walk away.
I'm trolling with the camera right now, so kind of bad timing. Okay, hello, welcome back to game number 2. You see? Okay, sorry, got a little interrupted here. Welcome back to game 2 of Hyferion and Urban Esports. I'm trying to just put my camera there. See, perfect. Game 1, Urban 1, with kind of like rolling over. Rolling over is kind of harsh to say here because it wasn't like a super rollover, but they played like cleanly into what their team strength had with like some very few mistakes, but we saw that potato porcupine on the Kiana just rolled over, smashing over the squishy targets of Vex, Jinx, and Janna. Was very fun to watch. Probably not going to get that Kiana again. For this next game coming up, it seems that Urban, Hyferion has chosen to take red side, which means Urban is forced on blue side. So we already have a change up here, but bans are still the same. We see Xenolux from Urban and Kalista Shen from Hyferion. The Trundle was banned out instead of, forgot what they banned the first game. Give me a moment and I'll figure it out. Oh, I know this. They banned Lee Sin, which maybe shows that they can first pick Lee Sin here when Kiana gets banned. And I'm not a fortune teller. Sarah, you here? Oh wait, Okay, I think I'm alone here still, right? Can you confirm, Doc? Okay, yeah. Yeah, I was afraid I had muted something. Hyferion responds with taking away the Jin. They're not going for the Jinx that is open or any other picks. The Senna is like taken away. And it seems like they're going to opt into taking the Viego here. Viego, strong jungler, has like really strong carry potential in the resets. But is like can be punished by the Lee Sin. I think Lee Sin is one of the champions that has the most tools to deal with a Viego. Kicking maybe Viego away if he takes a new form or something. Response here from Urban is probably going to be some kind of ADC, and I expect maybe a support or either CPM just clears the tank he wants before he gets banned out. The Saya is taken interestingly. Maybe just because they wanted the Rakan, and Rakan is of course powered up with love from Saya, having more range on E, having more lane bully potential, and just taking that. And I wonder here then, yeah, well, Hyferion decides they're going to secure the mid laner Corki, very good at the moment, like scales super well with this disgusting build of uh, Manamune, Hydra, and Ludens. Uh, and then just banning out whatever the Corki hates, the Akali, the Victor. It's going to be interesting to see what Zero picks into this. Urban actually removing the Janna.
Right, I'm back. So I see a lot of interesting picks here. We got the Syra Khan for Urban, which is really exciting to see. Haven't seen that in a while. And I'm most excited to see the Lee Sin jungle from Potato. He's played really well on the last game with the Kiana. And I really, really love Lee Sin, and I want to see some really good plays. However, onto the other side, Hyferion5 got the Viego, which is really strong in team fights. If he gets a reset, he can then change form into whatever champion he's just killed, or his ally is killed, and wreak havoc onto this fight. And we got an Echo made against Corki, which is a really, really good pick. Echo is actually good counter to Corki, and I'm really happy to see that being played into the mid lane. And we, of course, we got the CPM with another tank from his big
Okay.
arsenal of tanks. He's he's playing Cyan now. Ooh,
I know,
Blitzcrank.
yeah. Blitzcrank here is interesting if they lock it in. Yeah, Blitzcrank. Blitzcrank, I would say, has this factor of like you can 50-50 any game. Uh, if you're behind, the Blitzcrank hook can like magically hit like maybe Echo and silence him, and then Echo is like already dead before he can do anything. It just turns the game on its head. Like then Hyferion has a super chance. So if Hyferion were to fall behind, which I think they're probably going to do in this game, looking at the laners, Corki needs time. The Jin Blitzcrank doesn't really do much into Syra Khan, I think, and the Ornn also needs time because Sion beats Ornn in this matchup. And I also think Lee Sin has a little bit more pressure than the Viego has. Uh, but then the Blitzcrank can maybe save the game if they catch Urban out of position here. I want to talk a little bit about the Echo counter pick here into Corki.
Yep.
They, of course, banned the Akali Victor. Victor is probably like a safe pick into Corki, but Urban, we have the next haha never lucky, so we pick we pick Echo. It's going to show that like maybe he can step up to the plate and be the next like don't ban Echo guy in Norway because we're very known for playing a lot of Echoes.
Very
And Echo's going to be a
unorthodox
treat to
picks,
watch.
right?
Yeah, very unorthodox, yeah. But we have these players that really likes this melee champions mid, like leader. He does play Echo, but he plays other things. We have Never Lucky, was known for his Echo. Other plays like I think Fantasia plays Echo, and yeah, and Zero's going to show that his Echo is just as clean, I think. But I like the repeat of Rakan. We saw that Rakan worked very well in game one. And now it's matched up with the Lee Sin, so it's going to be even more like dashy dash over walls and stuff. So exciting. The backbone
Definitely,
of go on.
definitely exciting. And I don't think the early game is going to be very fun for Hyferion. Looking at Urban Esports comp, the Lee Sin is a very, very strong early game champion. And you also got Xyro counting the bot lane against Jin Blitzcrank. I'm really not liking this Blitzcrank pick, but hopefully he's really good on Blitzcrank and he's gonna prove to us otherwise. However, the Xyro Khan is pretty much unbeatable in lane if played well. And of course, the Sion against the Ornn, Sion is going to have a safe lane against the Ornn. And the Echo against Corki, again, Echo is just gonna shove waves and probably follow Lissin with the pressure onto the enemy jungle, onto the Viego. However, Viego has a stronger clear than Lissin, and if Lissin with the Echo don't get early game advantage, Viego is gonna outscale into the mid game, and he's going to be stronger onto the objective fights with the Corki package.
Yeah. So it's important to note that I think Hyperion has has champions that outrange Urban Comp. I don't think if Hyperion like position well, the Saya can never auto attack. So it's up to the Rakan and the Saiyan to kind of walk Saya up to the enemy team so Saya can actually start free hitting. The Saya works well into Ornn and the Blitzcrank, I believe, with his ultimate. But other than that, the Saya kind of gets like outranged and maybe poked down even by the Corki. Exciting to see though. Like it's kind of again a little bit of a mixed comp with Hyperion. It looks like they're taking away the Jin Ornn rather than picking something that kind of benefits Corki poke.
That is true.
But again,
And also, I just want to say that Hyperion is picking a lot of skilled win conditions with Blitzcrank and even Corky's Rockets. They got a lot of skill shots dependent team fights, I guess, or skirmishes. So they really got to execute it well, or they're just going to get rolled over by Xayah Rakan engages. And yeah, exciting to see how they will play this game. Hopefully, we're going to see this closer, closer game this time.
yeah, I think it's a lot more factors for Hyperion to kind of get leads here with Corki Package and Blitzcrank and even Jin picks. And it's also kind of like the scary part for Urban here is that if they pick team fights and they pick bad team fights, the Viego is going to get a chance to get resets hitting the Saiyan for probably a lot of damage, or even Saya. So Saya has to like position well to get away from the Viego and Corki, and also not get hit by Blitzcrank hooks. It's gonna be interesting to see how this plays out. The Saiyan is like, super tanky and probably more tanky than the Ornn, but Ornn probably still gets his ultimate off on the team to disturb them.
Yep. But yeah, I'm rooting, or actually, I'm not rooting, but I think that Urban has the better composition, and we're going to see that into the early game right away. In 1 minute, the Echo is a really, really strong pick in the mid lane, and like I said before, the Echo with the Lee Sin are going to make the difference into this game if they play really well together. And onto the bot side, it's kind of hard for Blitzcrank, and I'm not sure who he had into the bot side, Jin, right? I'm not sure if they can win or they can hold the Xayah Rakan after level 6. It's really hard to hook the Xayah with Blitzcrank, and if Blitzcrank doesn't get a hook, he's pretty much just a slight tank, I guess, just a meat ball. But yeah, just exciting to see how this plays out.
Yeah, going into the game in 20 seconds now. Yeah, the early game advantage is again probably a little bit more favored for Urban, with like tools for Hyperion to do stuff in the early game. I still lead to that, as you said, that Urban probably has a more well-developed team comp than Hyperion, which Hyperion do have some potential to upset here. I think also they have their support back. I'm a little bit unsure. I didn't see the roster, or I didn't pay attention to the roster. So, did you see who was support?
I didn't. So maybe it's going to be their full team now. Maybe something changes, right? But if they
Right.
got their old support and he picked Blitzcrank, that means that he's really good Blitzcrank, correct? Because the Janna pick
Maybe,
was
or
solid, but
yeah,
now we're just got information that the support is still the sub.
okay. So still the sub, but the Janna was banned. So, but yeah, played like an okay Janna was places where she needed to be, and also canceled a lot of Jin ults. I don't know who to like blame for that. If the Janna is too good or Skeevy is like placing his ults badly, but maybe he didn't see the tornado because Janna was changed a while back where you can't see the tornado if the tornado is in fog of war. So maybe just well placed tornadoes. I'm gonna give it to him. I'm trying to put up a poll in Twitch app, but my mod skills are really bad. So I'll see if I can do that while we get into games soon, hopefully. Probably in loading screen now, I guess. Or maybe we're having technical difficulties. Loading screen, okay. Here we
Oh,
go.
look at that. We just started. All right, let's go. So we see Hyferion5 onto the red side, and they're looking for an invade by the clicks that they are doing right here onto the bot side. Blitzcrank is setting up. Orban are just taking defensive positions once again. Blitzcrank hits the hook into the tri-bush. However, Rakan just got out of that tri-bush. And I think, oh, he didn't ward. He's just standing outside of the tri-bush. And now Hyferion5 team are just inside the Dragon Pit looking for a hook into the bushes. But both hooks are not connecting and they're just going to have to go back and
I find it a
come
little
back
bit
to the lane.
I find it a little bit weird that they're just kind of flipping hooks in both tri-bush and the upper red bush instead of like going to invade, just like kind of get some deep vision or just flat out just take the red buff and split the map. If it's good or not, like that's hard for me to tell. But I wish they like did something a little bit more. I want to say intellectual than just flipping like two hooks.
Yeah, it seems to me that they're not really confident into going for an invade, and they're just playing it safe, just blind hooking and hoping for a pick. But yeah, after the last game, I would I would not be cocky and risk an ambush by Urban with to counter that invade. And we see a pretty weird start for the Lee Sin. He starts blue buff, and he cleans the top side of the jungle. Maybe he's looking for a both side skirmish. Of course, Viego has started red, and they're going to meet on the Dragon Reaver for the crab. Tank of Romania is again pushing the top lane and taking pressure.
Yeah, the Sion is just like way more tanky and has more damage than the Ornn at this point of the time, and it's probably gonna have it in lane for a long time. It's way more beefier, gets health for every minion kill as long as W is scaled. Oh, Echo getting good trade here. I think the idea of Lee Sin maybe starting blue here is that he wants to match the Viego, but they probably assume he's starting red buff because they have cryo bots that way they can deny maybe the Viego some camp spot side or even the Scuttle Crab. Now they're revenge invading.
Oh, Lee Sin got caught and he's forced to flash away. Dashes away with the W onto the ward. Corki is coming. The smite on the crab barely keeps him alive. Now Xayah is in trouble. And Jin gets the first blood. That was a fail in invade by the Urban Esports. They did this the last time as well. And,
yeah, last time it was Hyferion invading. And Urban tried to now do the same thing, but the Blitzcrank hook is like well placed on the Lee Sin, and Lee Sin is probably the main damage at like that this stage. But one casualty and some flashes, it's not too much of a deal, but it kind of hurts Urban here. It's kind of set back again.
It does. Xayah still has flash on, and it's not that big of a deal. However, the heal was burned, and the Jin got first blood, and he's got a pickaxe. It's going to hurt a little bit more in bot lane.
So I wonder what they're just 1k down, like maybe not 1k, maybe just 500 gold of that at play. Not getting the grump or anything. Losing both Scuttle Crabs is not too big of a deal early game. The next Scuttle Crabs are much more worth. We can see like signs of hope in the mid lane though. Zero Onic is like getting very good trades on Festy on the Echo. So Viego had to kind of babysit him and get the wave in, so he couldn't die.
Is the second crab spawn giving more XP?
I think it gives more XP and more gold now. At least more XP than the first two. Because they wanted to remove... Okay, the first crab is actually just reduced by like 80% and has a little lower health.
Ooh,
Getting
the hook.
my facts straight.
The hook barely misses the Saya, and now they're forcing a dragon. Viego is in position, and he started the dragon. Lissin is looking to cover the echo, and they have no idea that they're doing dragon. That's an ocean for Hyferion, and the ocean is really, really good in the early stages of the game. It offers that sustain, a little bit of sustain in the lane, which is like one trade or something.
It's gonna help a lot in these matchups where the lanes are feeling constant pressure. Echo is constantly looking for trades. That means Fest C is probably gonna be a little more healthier. You see Ornn has no way of like safely stepping up to get CS. The sign is always gonna punish somehow. So like it's a lot of value for Hyferion5 to get this early Ocean Dragon.
Yeah, and Echo is doing really, really great trades. I'm watching this this guy, and his trades are almost always favorable. He catches the Corki with that W with the shield. The dash Q catches Corki by surprise.
Yeah. They tried to convert this mid lane lead I had to get oh, going for an all-in here actually.
That was really good by Xero. However, he doesn't have Ignite. With Ignite, that thing would have worked. But he has Teleport, and at least he forces Corki out of lane. Corki didn't even have to use the flash there. He calculated perfectly the echo damage. Wasn't too scared. Of course, Echo is going to be stronger than Corki into the mid lane early game. But that's not what you pick Corki for. You don't want to win lane with Corki. You just want to farm and get to that 3-item power spike, or at least 2. Of course, Corki's rockets are what's he being picked for? You know, that's why people pick Corki, because of the rockets damage and the package, of course. And now with the first dragon being taken by Hyferion, Urban are going to have a lot of trouble if Hyferion are playing and setting up well the dragons with the Corki package. The Corki package is 6 minutes cooldown, which is the same as the dragon.
Yeah, they actually just took package, so probably showing that they're going to play for Herald here, which means he won't have the package for the next dragon, which is a... I don't know what the next dragon is. Looks like Infernal, but I can't really tell. Yeah, setting up the Herald here, you see the Blitz is already moving, and Urban's bot lane is like way too late to contest this.
He didn't take the package actually. He keeps the package. No, it was just I'm guessing it's a bug in Spectator where the package just spawns, you hear the thing, but he didn't take it. They still got the Herald, and now Lissin is setting up for a gank. That's a good flash by Ornn. CPM is still charging, but Ornn just dashes away. But yeah, that was really, really good by Hyferion. They're looking better than last game. And
a lot more.
Yeah, go ahead.
There's a lot more oomph, or is what I'm calling it. A lot more like fighting in Hyferion here, but like still you can see the laners are kind of pressuring. But it's like if Hyferion has ideas here, they got the dragon, they got the Herald, so exciting to see what they're going to use with the Herald. The top pressure here, though, they're just fighting to get this top turret, it seems, with Sion and Lysian pressure. The Ornn can't really do anything. Probably has to ult the wave to even get something here, whereas he's going to get zoned out forever.
Yeah, Urban got the best of it here. Urban got as much damage as a Herald onto that top tower, so Let's see what Viego does to counter that. Lee Sin is still topside, and Viego has to do something here to counter it. Lee Sin is still covering for the Scion. CPM flashes to get the horn, which is not that great. But the pressure is crazy. Here comes the ultimate onto CPM. CPM is knocked up. Lee Sin is not there. CPM in trouble. Lee Sin is thinking whether he should go or get the crab. But yeah, we're going to see a Herald onto the bot side, and this is really good for Hyferion. They're almost going to get this turret if Urban are not responding, but Blitzcrank engages onto the Xayah. Xayah forced to use the ultimate, and now Blitzcrank is in trouble. Rakan with the ultimate catches the Blitzcrank. Blitzcrank flashes away. Viego is now getting hit by the turret. Viego very low. Jin focuses the wrong person. Here comes CPM with the ultimate onto the Jin. Viego falls, and now Jin is in big trouble. Tries to get the Rakan, but there's no way he can get that. Falls to the Scion, and now Echo with the Lee Sin come to clean it up. That was perfect play by Urban to counter this pressure onto the turret. Although Hyferion got the turret into the bot side, they will lose the dragon, and the package is now useless for the Corki. There's no objective for him to use it on, and again the CPM ultimate was really good there.
It's just so well timed and poor timed by Hyferion. They waste a lot of time on this bot dive that they tried to do, which is really hard into Rakan with the comp they have, and just over pushes it when CPM has the time to like react to it, and that cost them the dragon, which maybe they didn't want at all, but that kind of delays the game for a long time for whoever gets a lead here. Now both teams has one dragon each, probably Urban with the better dragon. It's a Cloud Soul now, which is very scary. I think Cloud Soul is one top 3 best dragons or dragon souls to get.
Is it? Why? What do you think that?
The move. I think
it's useless.
Speed is busted. I think it's useless. I think
yeah, it's all good. I think
busted.
it's useless.
Well, depending on like maybe what champs you have. The Rakan with Cloud Drake is going to be speedy. He's already speedy, but he's going to be way more speedy.
That is true. It opens up like a lot of movement and mobility for rotations, and looks like Rakan is getting caught here, forced to use the ultimate. Diego and Blitzcrank are putting a lot of pressure into the red side of Urban jungle, and it looks like Jin is trying to get this pink. Not the best character to take the pink, the control wards with. He only got 4 bullets, man. Urban catches Viego. Viego is now in big trouble. Corki tries to help him, but Viego actually gets away with the smite onto the crab. Lee Sin is now very low. Potato, he dashes onto the Echo. Echo is trying to get the Corki. This is very bad for Hyferion. Sorry, Zeronin catches the Blitzcrank. Ornn is here, but he can't do much. The Urban side are just grouped up, and that is a very good skirmish for them. Echo's toolkit here, Echo's abilities are what actually won this skirmish, in my opinion.
Yeah, Lee Sin surviving for way too long too, like on like the sliver of health, juking every Jin ultimate. They're actually like Zero, I think, tanked 2 of them for the Lee Sin. And then the Blitzcrank, the Viego just stands 4 seconds too long in where the Echo sits, and Echo gets just a perfect ultimate on both of them. Which is like Zero is now like super ahead, and he needs to be super ahead too. And in return, because the Ornn rotated, the Ornn gets the top tower.
Looks like CPM ulted for the wave on top. And now we're just in the cooldown stages of the game. What is Jin doing here? He got baited by Skive. Rakan was in the bush waiting for him, and he catches him. That is a kill for Skive. Blitzcrank is now in big trouble, and they're going to get the Blitzcrank as well. I'm not sure if the ultimate was necessary there, but it's bonus for style points. That was a great bait by Urban.
Yeah, really great setup by Skive and Coinflip there. Hyferion should also just know that like probably the Saya is not alone to push this when nobody's showing on the map, but you can see that Viego is actually winning these trades out now, but Lee Sin has the kick to kind of like get away from me. So, but the Echo tries to
Viego
play
is Viego tries to fight somehow the Echo, but the entire Hyferion team is here. Orn just group out as well, and now we're going to see a dragon fight very soon. Corky's package is not up for like at least 30 seconds to a minute because he took it after the dragon was slain before, and yeah, this is a very strong performance by Urban once again. They're showing off.
After a little bit of a sloppy invade, like nothing really happens. Urban gets to like win their lanes, their 2 solo lanes, just by pressure alone, and gets to convert that into like a lead on top side. The Ornn was zoned out for way too long, and Hyferion just took way too long to like just place the Herald and get the goal to position the dragon. I think that's where Hyferion kind of fell. Like they forced way too hard on bot side. But
true.
like items are being complete now. The Miramana from Corky is soon also level 11, which is like Corky power spike. Just needs his Ludens now. So maybe something happens.
Oh, Corky uses the package here on top of Lee Sin, and Rakan tries to get some crowd control onto the Hyferion side, but it's going to force the flash away. Here comes the ultimate onto the Urban side. Jhin is now in big trouble. Blitzcrank hooks Zero, and Lee Sin takes the kill onto the Blitzcrank. This is a good fight for Urban once again. They started this fight a bit shaky, but somehow they managed to win it, and that is a free dragon for them.
Yeah, I don't really know what Hyferion was like trying to do there. Didn't really pay attention to what was going on there, but they seemed way too scattered, and kind of got flanked by like everywhere. The dragon pit, the bot side, the top side, and like there was nothing Hyferion could do. They just got chased out of their own jungle and got picked off one by one. So still, Skive is the sole inter of Urban right now with 1 death. Yeah, had to sacrifice himself to let the team survive earlier. I don't really know what Hyferion can hope for at this point. Like they need to get this Corky scaling, and like they're just getting pushed and pushed. Like already soon 10k ahead. Like we're 5k up on the Urban side here. But the objective bounties are up, so if Hyferion can maybe get some pressure on mid tower or top tower, even getting this Herald, which is now going to be taken by Lee and Echo as I say that, it doesn't look like Hyferion has much of a chance here.
It doesn't indeed, and their comp is just too much focused onto the late game with the Corky and the Ornn. Viego's wall is really strong in the late game, but let's take a look at the jungle difference here. Lee Sin actually has more CS than Viego, which is really weird to see in this matchup. Viego should have definitely the CS upper hand. His clear is much faster than Lee Sin's. Not sure about this Blitzcrank pick here. He doesn't really have that much impact into their team. Everyone can just get away or dash out of his hook, and now there's a fight. Rakan engages onto the... Oh, that is a great kick by Lee Sin. Here comes the Jhin ultimate to chase the Urban side, and the great ultimate by Echo catches 2 people but falls to Corky, and now Viego is in Echo form and chasing the Urban side. Gets a good stun on the Lee Sin. Lee Sin forced to flash away. Urban are still being chased by Viego.
This is so weird. Okay, that was a good pick by Hyferion actually. Like using the Ornn ult to maybe try get a free hook. Kind of fails, but they chase so hard that they get the Lee Sin. No, they didn't get Lee Sin. They only got Echo here actually. Echo tries to do fancy shit with his ultimate. I'm sorry for swearing. but gets like immediately picked off by Hyferion. They were almost waiting for it seemed. Could continue chasing, but it's a well done escape by Coin Flip and Potato Porcupine. But a little bit scary that was.
They managed to get away, and now the Ornn is in big trouble. Lee Sin just waited for the Ornn to face check that tri-bush, and they continue to engage on him. Both ultimates for Lee Sin and the Sign were used, and Ornn was just tossed around and knocked up and falls to a CPM. Oh, Blitzcrank go onto the Lee Sin, and here comes Rakan to assist him. They don't have damage to kill the Lee Sin on the turret. Rakan actually saves him and echoes damage onto Corki. He falls instantly. Viego just was like, nope, not going in anymore. Now Skive is looking to kill the Blitzcrank. Blitzcrank pulls the Rakan. Rakan is getting killed by the Jhin. Q caught onto the Jhin. Blitzcrank knocks Lee Sin up. Blitzcrank very low. Now Lee Sin has to make something magical here to kill the two. Don't think there's a good idea to take that inhib yet, because they're going to get free farm, and of course they just leave it and focus on the dragon.
That was a little weird force, but like they still win out of it. I have to praise Coin Flip here though. He is saving his team so much with like counter engaging the Hyferion engage whenever like Blitzcrank hits this fine hook on Lee Sin. Like Coin Flip just doesn't like hesitate. He goes in to protect his jungler and like stops the engage that Hyferion has. Like very well done. He has done this multiple times now in this series. A lot of credits to him. Rakan looks like he's like having a great game and shows a lot of confidence.
Yep, that is true. Rakan has a very good game, but Zero as well on this Echo, showing a very strong Echo this game. Now Hyferion are grouping up towards this mid lane to get some pressure. Corki is chasing Urban away with the package. Lee Sin catches a Q. He's for sure gonna go in. No, the Cyan engage catches nothing, and here comes the Echo W to engage, and now the Blitzcrank is cancelling the Cyan ultimate. Corki in the back, shutdown for Viego. Saya falls, and Urban are losing this fight. Viego engages onto the Lee Sin, gets kicked away, and now Jhin trying to help Ornn, but Ornn falls to Echo. Cyan is way too tanky for Jhin to deal any damage to him, and now Lee Sin catches the Q onto the Blitzcrank flash from CPM, and Viego barely gets away. Rakan engages onto the Viego. Viego is turning away to the Lee Sin, but falls to CPM. Double kill for CPM. Echo just came back with the TP on their back, and Jhin doesn't know where to go. That is insane damage from Echo. He's already got the what's it called? What is the
Nashor's Tooth?
the purple? Yeah, the Nashor's Tooth.
Nashor's Tooth,
And
yeah.
his attack speed is insane. He gets the passive stack immediately onto the Jhin, and now he's just going to be a pushing monster. 17-4 for Urban, and looks like they're gonna take this one as well.
Yeah, Hyferion really like wanted to fight that and thought that that was their chance. They had package, they had a good position actually, and the fight looked really good for Hyferion at first. Skive came in from a very weird angle and didn't have Saya ultimate to save himself, which means that Skive just fell down instantly. But the backbone of the team, the Cyan man, he's just standing there like nobody's doing damage to him when everyone else has been taken low by both Skive and Zero. Means that Urban can just kite it out, wait for cooldowns from Zero, and cleans up the fight again. Now 10k up almost, with every tower down.
Yeah, they just got the taste of the Romanian specialty of tanks.
Yeah,
You just don't do damage to him. You just have to just accept it. You don't do damage to him. But yeah, they look really, really strong, and for Hyferion to come back into this game, they will need like at least 20 more minutes, or at least 15, to be honest, so they can scale well with the Corki. And yeah, but still, the comp of the Urban is a bit stronger than Hyferion, and it shows. Echo is now pushing Monster. Like I said, he will just stay into one side of the map. It's going to be a 1-3-1 for Urban, and they're just going to put pressure on both sides, and the other three members are just going to take mid control, vision control. They can't do anything
Yes.
Hyperion at this point.
No, Echo is already level 15 too. He's a monster with Magi stacks here, with 10 stacks. Has the bonus movement speed that he wants. And this Echo is like already fast with his passive procs. Like you're gonna see him with Magi's and like 2 Cloud Dragons. That's kind of insane. Uh, like let's talk about Hyperion's way to come back here. They have this Blitzcrank that I talk about that has this 50-50 factor. Uh, if they can find a good hook where, as I say this, the Blitzcrank is going to get caught out. Uh, if they can find a good hook with the Blitzcrank on either Zero or maybe Skiva, and
Yeah, I find
like
it funny
burst.
because, sorry, the moment they saw the Blitzcrank hook, they instantly engaged on it. They were like, guys, the Blitzcrank is here, you just try the hook, let's go on him and just kill him. And that's exactly what happened. So, yeah, they're going to take a free Baron here, and they're going to have one final push, I think, into the mid lane. And again, 1-3-1, probably going to see that.
Yeah, if the game doesn't end here, this leads to Cloud Soul either way for probably Urban. If not, Hyferion finds this perfect fight that we just talked about. Like the one thing they can do is hope they hit like an insane Blitzcrank hook after another Blitzcrank hook
I
after
mean,
another Blitzcrank hook. He basically has to do it 5 times.
yeah, he's the win condition, I guess. But what can you hook at
Yeah.
this point? You can't hook Sion. He's just gonna axe your entire team. You can't hook Lee Sin. He's just gonna dash away or kick or just use Goldrinka to get full health. You can't hook Echo. He's just gonna stopwatch or he's gonna ultimate or dash away. And you can't hook Saya or Rakan. They both got the ultimate for Saya and the dashes by Rakan. So you can't do anything really here, but engages onto CPM. They barely got to half HP. Both Cyan, and now here comes Rakan engage. Now they're in big trouble. It's running forced to ult away. That is a great kick by the Listen. Catches 3 people in knockup. Saronic gets the kill onto the Oran, and this is a one team fight. Oh, look at that.
Aw.
That's what we were talking about. The perfect
That's
hooks.
what we were talking about.
The perfect hooks landed, but here comes the tank. Tank is not scared at all, and he's just gonna
Tank
dive
is back.
the Hyperion team. One more axe onto the Viego, and they're just gonna siege this with the cannon. Another perfect hook gets the cannon and stops the siege. And now Hyperion are just pressured inside their base. They can't really go back, otherwise they lose 2 inhibs. Echo is engaging onto Viego. That is a good flash, unstoppable. Surrounding 913 at this point. And CPM deals a lot of damage with the ultimate, catches the chin, and here comes the Rakan engage. Mikran falls to Saya. Triple kill for Saya. Or he gets the Rakan in the end, but CPM is just tanking 2 turrets and helping his team set up 4 kills, 24-6, and that's going to be GG for Urban Esports, and they win this best of 3. Oh,
I could die
unlucky.
in style. Yeah. Yeah, this was very hard for Hyferion after falling so far behind, but like the Blitzcrank was what they needed. They needed to hit the hook that they hit on Lee Sin, maybe just before. But yeah, great showing. That's a 2-0 to Urban. That's what we wanted to see here from the biased Urban studio, of course. But Hyferion, like, sadly didn't have their main support there. That's probably maybe a reason why they kind of fell a little bit short. If maybe their support was there, something else would have been changed up, or maybe he was like the missing piece of how Hyperion is connected. So hopefully next week they have their full roster ready to be playing versus whatever they're playing, so they can kind of step up the plate a little bit more.
Yeah, definitely something was missing for Hyperion, but we can't take away from Urban Esports part. They played really well. They executed everything almost perfectly, and yeah, they just got 2 very good games. Very clean performance by Urban in this best of 3,
Absolutely.
and we're going to
So
have
for me,
a interview very soon And while Pride is ganked here, I just want to talk about the CPM's champion pool. You just can't do anything to this guy. He's just gonna pick tanks over tanks over tanks, and you can't ban him. You can't really do nothing. You can just watch him and ignore him, and yeah,
Yeah, I heard Romania is like great at producing tanks. They have a bunch of tanks. They have
very good
don't know.
military resources.
They have it. They have this coat pust main. I've heard that's a great tank. And then second to that is CPM. And I even heard about this coast pust main, making a little bit fun of them there. But yeah,
But
great
yes,
showing.
Zero
Yeah, go.
played really well as well. Zero played well,
Yeah,
and Potato in the first game with the Kiana showed a great performance. And this game with the Lee Sin as well, you can't take it away from him. The Lee Sin was just showing up where he needs to be, and even though he didn't really have kills or the KDA wasn't something spectacular, he was just showing up where he needed to be, and the pressure was always for his side.
yeah. Like even though, as you said, Lee didn't have like the biggest KDA early, like it had pressure. It was where it needed to be. The Orn was sold out for, I believe, like 3 to 5 waves at some point. Uh,
Yeah.
and yeah, for me, it's very hard to say who gets like the MVP for this game. For first game, it's Potato Porcupine. He just picks off kills after kills. I think uh, if the Kiana wasn't there, like it would be a little bit harder. But like this game, I'm leaning a little bit more to coin flip just because he was like really good at his counter engages. Like whenever Hyferion got these hooks, he was there to just say nope. You don't get anything out of this hook. Like the ult was there, the dash was there. He even helped. He was there to help Potato Porcupine like all the way. Uh, and yeah,
That is true. And looking back at it, Hyferion 5 did well until the minute 10, where they tried to get that bot turret, and CPM came with the ultimate and stopped their push into the bot side, and then they destroyed their whole tempo. The Drake was gone. That means that the Corki package setup is gone as well. And then Urban just took control of the game after that dive onto the bot side.
yes. Yeah, Sign was there in the right time. Lee was there for the right time. Like the dive was just nullified, and they got the dragon for it. Hyperion could probably have had like just said, "Let's not take the turret yet. Uh, let's just use the herald to get plates, and then go fall back to get dragon. We have the tempo and pressure until Urban shows up. Maybe Urban could have won that fight too, but it was probably a better idea to fall back a little bit and wait for that tower to fall later. Like the tower
Yeah,
doesn't stay forever.
that's true. They got a little carried away, and they wanted more out of what was pretty good advantage for them, to be honest. And they got a little bit greedy, and they unfortunately lost the tempo they had. And yeah, I think that was a turning point this game, because after that, the Urban just got too much pressure um, onto their bot side. They just couldn't stay bot anymore. They couldn't lane. They lost the turret after like 3, 4, 5 minutes, and then yeah, the dragon was fully controlled by Urban as well.
Yeah, yeah. After that turret takedown, bot side, like Urban just took over the game. Lee Sin, Rakan duo running around and like picking off people. I'm sorry for messing with my camera, but it keeps tilting downwards and it's really annoying. And then Zero had free time in like side lanes, and you saw how big Zero got, like being the only magic damage dealer in that team, besides Rakan, and maybe a little bit Lee Sin. I think Lee has some magic on E. Correct me if I'm wrong.
I
Uh,
think it's AD now. I think it used to be
yeah,
AP, but now is AD.
yeah. You're right. It changed to 80. But yeah, you saw the ultimates. He got multiple like multi hits and like just chunked 50% of enemies' HP bars down and was like a big threat. They couldn't even deal with him 2v1 in a sideline.
That is true. And
So
I don't really I didn't really love the Blitzcrank pick before the game, but seeing it into the game and what picks Urban has, like he couldn't really do anything, and that was pretty much their win condition into countering these pushes, these aggressive pushes by Urban. The Blitzcrank had to catch someone away and stop these pushes, and yeah, it got to a point where he couldn't hook anyone, and
No, you could look at
Urban
him.
just used that free pressure to get dragons, to get Herald, to shove mid, and finish the game quickly.
Yeah, and just also finding these out of position and even baiting the in the bot lane where Saya baited the Blitzcrank and Jin to go on her, but Coinflip was there to save the day, as we knew, but they didn't. Knew.
That is true.
Uh,
He saved a lot of people from Blitzcrank hook, actually.
yeah, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think Coinflip was like the hero of the game here. I think the win condition for Hyferion was this Blitzcrank to hit like a fantastic hook, but Coinflip was there like every time to just prevent it from happening, prevent any counter engage. I think we're supposed to get somebody in here, but it seems to be taking a little bit long, so we're just trying to stall. Uh, what more can we talk about? Should we do like an MVP voting? Like,
We should do like, I don't know. The MVP I think is gonna be for the first game is definitely gonna be Kiana, and for the second game you said Rakan. I
yeah,
say Echo because he was
yeah,
very strong. He played really well.
yeah. The Echo was a menace. I can definitely see like it going either way to the Echo or the Rakan. First game is Kiana for sure. What else could we maybe like take from the first game though? Like the team comp there was Orn, Kiana, Victor, Jin, and Rakan, right? Like
Yeah,
there was a yeah, we saw we saw a lot what we saw like this game. The Rakan jungle duo kind of running and down, like doing terror. Rakan was there to kind of protect uh, the jungler all the time and like help him make plays. I think that's also valid for like maybe a support MVP for the total series. But uh, I agree with you that first game it goes to the jungle, and second game like yeah, Echo did a lot to keep the early game alive too, pressuring the Corki. So maybe we
yeah.
can lean more towards the Echo because he didn't time. He did what he was supposed to do and stayed in the game.
What was really good in the first game by Potato was that he wasn't ahead first 10 minutes, but he kept his cool and picked the right fights and the right skirmishes to get fed on. So if he didn't do that and he was just picking bad fights, he wouldn't have gotten to the point where he one shot everyone and gotten 14 to 5 or whatever his score was. So I think the cool head mentality of his playstyle in that game was really important, because if you're fed with Kiana you can just pretty much just find people and one shot them, but to get there is going to be very hard. You just have to know to pick your fights right, and if you just make mistakes you're not going to get into that power spike where you one shot people and get levels.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
yeah, looks like we won't get an interview anymore, so we're
Sadly.
going to have to wrap it here.
Yes. Thank you all for watching this game. This was Urban's debut, of course, in the Division 1 scene, and we were hoping to uh, not fall behind. We want to reach for that playoff spot too. So next week we're going to be facing Rich Gang, which is probably one of the hardest match we are going to have. Rich Gang is like really looking terrifying, the roster at least. So I'm excited. Right now, the main match of the week, Chaos versus Riddle, is going on Gamer's own channel. I think the Twitch channel is Gamer New. So you go watch that if you're interested in more Norwegian scene. Uh, thanks for watching.